Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Chutska experience. I can't. It's kind of hard to say that seriously, but anyway, we are playing a 1 versus 8. You did not misread that in the title. You did not just mishear that when I said it. I'm playing 1 of me versus 8 opponents, 8 people, and we hope they're people. By the end of this video, you might contemplate if they have any brain left in them, but they're just new players. It's the free weekend, and I wanted to give a 1 versus 8 a shot since DMS just released 8v8s. And before I get into the topic of this video, or not the topic I should say, but I'm going to kind of critique their play style, and then I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about DMS, Digital Mindsoft, later on in the video, because something at the end of the video, right at the end, pissed me off, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can predict what happened. But I'm going to say that for the end. But before I get into all that, going back to what I was saying, I have a free CD. I'm not gonna make you pay for it. I have a CD key for Men of War Assault Squad 2. So if you played the free weekend, or you just want a Smurf account, because that's what I would use the second key for. I'd have a Smurf account. I wish I had a Smurf account because a lot of people join my game and then they get a little. I'm kind of embarrassed for myself for the amount of games I have played. I think it's like 450 plus. But anyway, so you can have a free CD key for Men of War Assault Squad 2. Just leave a comment in the comments below, and I'm gonna randomly select someone, and you'll get a key. So maybe you'll get a key. I don't know. And it's kind of, I'm hitting 1,000 subs. I'll give away a key. I'm not really into the whole sub, especially when I only have 1,000. Like that's like nothing. That's like just a blip on the radar for the bigger guys. But it's kind of like I have 1,000 subs. Here's a key, and I'm not that guy. Like I don't care. Oh, I have 1,000. Oh, I have 5,000. That really doesn't bother me. As long as I have 1 sub and I make them happy, that's all that matters. Because editing is really fun for me, and it's kind of a hobby. So that's all that really matters in the long run for YouTube. So that's what I'm here for. Anyway, I like to make quality content, and I know a lot of other bigger YouTubers. Sometimes they release some BS, a lot of spam, and just a lot of crappy stuff, and that kind of puts a kind of wrong feeling in my stomach when I see stuff like that. So I try not to deviate towards that direction. I'm definitely not going to do that in the future. So anyway, talking about the game here, I bought 3 up to this point. I bought 3 mechanized rangers and a bunch of squads and a Sherman 76. So that's going to come in handy. I do have 8 times the resources as I would if I was playing a normal 8v8. And during the course of this game, we'll eventually see them complaining that it's unfair that I have 8 times the resources, which in hindsight it is. Me playing in this 1v8, I'm playing 8 noobs. Pretty much I'd rather be playing by myself than be playing with 7 other noobs on my team, because I can manage stuff that much better than they can. So, but at the end of the game, it ends up being like a 4v8 really, like, because I only use half of my resources. So I'm making it fair. It's a 1v8, and they joined. I didn't force them to join. My name was 1v8 bro, if you see that. I advertised it. They all agreed to it. So it's their fault if they don't like it. But the problem is, it's just so easy. It's not even a competition. Like, I'm not even trying. It's a huge map. I have to manage a whole 8v8 map by myself, and it's just so easy. And they're new players. I'll give them that. It's a free weekend, and they're pretty much all free weekenders. And it gets really easy. It's actually easy the whole game. I'm not kidding anybody. The reason why, and I think a lot of new players fail to realize, is they just don't have infantry. They have no infantry guarding. You'll see a couple squads bought by them. The rest is a bunch of vehicles and charging vehicles in my Sherman 76 that shouldn't be charging into my Sherman 76. It's just, there's no infantry. Infantry is key. And in a lot of pub games that I play, infantry makes the difference. Like, I could be playing a pub game and not buy a single tank, and infantry, I could just use infantry only and be fine. because infantry can sneak, they can see things, they can recoilless rifle things. And I say recoilless rifle because my Rangers, I love the M18 recoilless rifle. It's probably my favorite AT bazooka thing in the game because it has 40 meters of range compared to the 35 on the Panzerschreck and the bazooka and whatever the Japanese one is called. It's type something. And the Piat. The Panzerfaust, I think it only has 30. So the M18 recoilless rifle, I really like it for its range. It only has 100 millimeters of penetration, but it's got that range, and you don't need much more than 100. And here it is, right here. He has no infantry, so he can't see my guy here, or kill my guy with infantry. And he just loses a Panzer III. I think it's 320 MP. Probably wrong though, but it's around there. He loses that to a guy, you know, just a regular infantry guy. So that just made up the cost in that squad right there. So if you're new and you're watching this, please buy infantry. There was a game that I was playing yesterday, and this guy, he's on my right flank on farmland, so he has to take the hill. We're on Team A side. He has to take the hill, and he has no infantry. I'm like, bro, just buy some infantry. We need infantry. He had like 5 guys over there, and the rest tanks, and it completely cost us the game because he couldn't hold his side because the guy just kept on attacking him. You need infantry because it just provides line of sight right here. If he had line of sight, he could have killed my Stuart before I was able to get that close, so I just easily get a side shot. And by the way, the Stuart is my favorite tank by far. I love the Stuart. It's just so fast, and really it reloads so fast, and it's just really good. And I kind of am using them as insurance. I have the Stuart on the right flank, and then the Chaffee on the left flank, and then the 76 in the middle, because I just have infantry really, and the infantry can handle themselves. The Rangers can easily handle themselves, but especially against these new players with no line of sight. But I just have those tanks as kind of just insurance in case he brings up something heavier or all my M18s die. So that's kind of the deal with them. So at this point, it's pretty much a complete and utter stomp here. It's a pub stomp, single-handedly against 8 other people. I have all the flags except 2, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be losing anytime soon. It's complete lockdown. Well, I am capping this flag, so I have 3 left, but really 2. So this kind of wants to bring in a topic of, there's only, like before the free weekend, I'd say there's about 700 people on a good day. Like a really, really good day, 700 people playing the game. And a large portion of that is actually playing single player. And for one, I hate single player. It's really easy, and it's easy to take AI or exploit AI even on the heroic setting. And if I'm playing heroic, then it's just going to be like a 5-hour game, and it ends up being really boring. And I don't really get the whole appeal, but you know, some people like it, so they can have their fun. But before this whole free weekend, there was about 700 people, and I think on Saturday we hit 9,000, or the game hit 9,000 players, so that's a really good boost, but I don't see a lot of them staying, and here's why. I think a large portion, or a large part of why Men of War's player base is so low is because of the huge skill curve, and I think that is completely shown here in this game right here. You see new players losing horribly in a complete lockdown in a 1v8. And here we see my Sherman 76 finally gets killed by a Stug. I think he does at least. But we just see a complete lockdown. It's so easy, and I'm playing a 1v8. The skill curve is so huge. So that's what I mean, people just need to, I think, play differently than what they think. And here's a bounce on the recoils. But I think people, they kind of stick in a rut when they play this game, and they get frustrated and they leave, and then that's why there's 700. That's why it's so low, because I honestly believe that this game is the best, one of the best RTSs out there. I think it's not really arguable that that's actually the case. I think it's really good. There's a lot of problems, there's a lot of bugs, which we'll go into in a second, but I think it's a really good game, and I think that there's just a huge skill gap that a lot of new players don't want to overcome. And that's a problem with the game, and I don't know how to honestly fix that. I don't pub stomp normally, besides this game really. I don't really pub stomp people. The problem happens when I see people. There's these guys named Potato Masher. That's the host. Never join. If you're a new player, do not join this person. He actually banned me, mainly because I told him to unlock units. What they do is they go into 2v2, both of them, the team, probably on voice comms, and they lock the units. They have all the units unlocked for themselves, and they play on the most ridiculous settings to give themselves the biggest advantage. So they play Germany, high resources, get the Tigers rolling out. Tigers are impenetrable. So they give themselves the biggest advantage possible. And it's just sick. It's just horrible. Like, why would you even do that? And that's why, people just leave after that. Just never play with, locked units. It's just stupid. And those people, they really need to reconsider what they're doing, because it's hurting the community. It makes everybody look bad. And in the end of the day, they still, the potato masher people, they still suck. They are gonna be really bad players. I think I main gun him here, maybe, or he main guns me. Oh, I main gun that. We'll see what happens here. Do I get it? Oh, yeah, I main gun him. Okay. So that Luch is going to be a problem, and the Luches against Greyhounds are always scary, because that 20 mil will get you at max range most of the time, on the front even, so you're not really... I'm more comfortable going up against a Panther than a Luch and a Greyhound, just because that 20 mil is pretty damn scary. But anyway, I hope that gets the message across. Please don't pub stomp people, because I want to keep this player base. I think I logged on today, it's Monday, and there was about 3,000 people playing after this whole free weekend. So 3,000 new players. Granted, a lot of them are playing single player, and if they like single player, that's great for them. And I would love for them to come to the multiplayer side at some point. And I hope my videos can kind of make an impact on that, and kind of introduce people to multiplayer, because it's really fun, and I really want this community to grow, because I really enjoy this game, especially the multiplayer aspect. I think it's great, and I think that we can work towards that. And here we go. This is, here it is. I guess a lot of you probably guessed it. We're going out of sync, and DMS, Delta Dude, Instinct, they said it was fixed. And they said for the most part it was fixed. And basically every game I've played so far, it hasn't been fixed. So it's just horrible. So I think we need to wait a little bit on the we need to be patient with them, but it has been a month, and I think that's one of the main problems with Men of War, is just the developmental cycle. It still acts like a beta, and it's just not fun in that aspect. But I think once it's polished, once all the bugs are kinked out, this will be a great game. Anyway, I'm out of time. I hope you enjoyed this little live commentary. It's my first one. Probably sucks, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I have a really, really cool Panzerfaust video. You'll see it tomorrow, and you'll really enjoy it, and I hope you do. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.